came up, I actually saw it. What is considered as a hip pain? Like where, obviously this is your hip, but there's front hip, side hip, back hip, high hip, look, right?
That's a
great question.
That's a good question.
One of you came up with a great question.
I mean, I guess most people would classify hip pain as when it relates to around the joint. So if I'm, you know, hanging out at the bar and bring my hip out.
Because you hang out at the bar
all the time.
All the time.
And you'll find the pointiest part of your hip,
yeah,
that would be like your hip joint.
Yeah.
And if I move it around, I can feel that I'm at the pointy part of my hip. And then the hip pain technically would be around that joint.
And also if you're sitting, I know if I sit for long times in my computer, I find that I have a hip that starts around the back and it radiates to the front, and then my hip flexor just tightens everything up because you're sitting, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people would say like mid-thigh, out to IT band, hamstring, so almost like all the way here is all hip pain is what people will classify.
Lucky for you guys, we have tools.
Yes.
We have balls, we have a roller, and then we have a stick. Massage stick. And he's going to tell, I'm going to be the model. I'm going to be the person. I'm the person with the hip pain, and you're going to tell me what to do.
Okay. So what we'll try, the foam roller is really, really hard to do without going on the floor.
Yeah, a lot of people have a hard time going on the floor.
We'll demonstrate that on the floor.
Okay.
And then the other two options, the massage stick and the variety of balls, you can utilize the wall or you can utilize the chair.
Okay.
Okay.
Handy dandy roller. Okay. What am I doing?
Okay. So you're gonna bring the foam roller down to the ground.
Okay.
And what you want to do is you almost want to like sit down on the roller and then straighten out that bottom leg, and you're going to roll from that hip joint down to your knee.
All right. I do have a little bit of hip pain because I was sitting at my desk. So I roll.
Yeah.
Right?
So that I would straighten this leg. Yeah. This leg comes over the top.
And then another thing too is if I find a spot that hurts or is tight, what do I do, Rick?
I would, if you find an area that's like super sensitive, what I would do is stop on that spot
And breathe.
and breathe. And when you're breathing out, breathe out like you're blowing out any tension, tightness, or stiffness in that sensitive area. Now, if that area is like way too sensitive to put pressure on, that's fine. Work around that area and work around that area and then towards that sensitive area.
Another pro tip over here. If it feels like a grimace, turn it into a smile.
Okay. So we started with the outer part of the hip. So we're looking at it above or just below the hip joint down to the knee. We're really working on like iliotibial band. And then you can, Emmanuel has kind of modified things. So instead of having that top leg out in front and kind of offloading some of your weight, you can straighten the leg out. So you're putting more of your body weight into the foam roller.
This is a little bit more intense.
Yes.
This is less intense.
Yes, but more acrobatic.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you go from the outer part of the hip, you'd roll to the front, and then you work through your quads. Correct.
Like that.
Yes.
This feels really good. I want to be here for a while.
And then
your butt too, right? Like kind of your back, like that.
Okay.
Right? Like that?
Yeah, you're not supposed to put your back to the camera.
Oh, here. I'll turn my back to the, not back to the camera. Yeah, so
Yes.
like you're basically working the back, the side, the front.
Yes. So we started off with like IT band, which it tends to be surprisingly sensitive on people, and then we worked on the front, so like rectus femoris, and then we worked on the glutes. We worked around the hip.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first one. Now it works really good because you control how much weight you put into it. The more weight you put into it, the more deeper that massage is. And, so if sometimes you'll just want the light massage, sometimes you want a deeper massage. So the foam roller works really, really good. The negative is you have to get on the floor, and that's not everyone's favorite thing. Or if you're working in an office and you're rolling all over the floor, your boss and coworkers might look at you funny.
Unless you get them all foam roller and then just do a foam rolling party. Because their hips are probably sore too. Okay, the next one.
Okay.
I'll monitor comments while you get that ready.
Okay, so the next one is we can use the ball. Oh, we'll go to the massage stick. So the massage stick's really, it's nice. You can have a seat, and we can almost go through those areas that Emanuela had gone through. So we go through like quadriceps, and same thing, as high up as we can, like right up like to your top of your pelvis, and push through. And you're moving side to side, and you're looking for that sensitive area.
You'll definitely know when you have that sensitive area, for sure. So Lori had a question. She said, basically she says this hip pain can be like SI joint, but also can it refer to the inside and inner thigh? And I said, yes, but you can talk about that.
It can refer, so you can have referred pain from your SI joint or your hip joint, and it can move into the inner thigh growing area.
And that can be like pain referral.
Yes.
If you don't roll or use a ball, you actually can have pain referral, sometimes even to the knee, to the ankle. It just gets worse.
Yes.
Because things are tight.
Yes.
Another question, does this strengthen the hips?
All of the foam rolling and the ball and the massage stick doesn't really strengthen the hip. What we're doing is mainly addressing muscle tension. So what happens with injured areas, if there's pain in an area, what will happen is things will tighten up around it. So the muscles will tighten up around it in order to protect it and prevent any more damage from happening. So what we're doing is we're trying to loosen things up in that area. So it's not stretching where we're lengthening the muscle. What we're doing is there's tension within the muscle. We're addressing that tension, so loosening it up. And if those sensitive areas are trigger points, which are overactive bundles of muscle tissue. The next step is the strengthening side of things. And another step is like removing anything that irritates things. So an example would be if you have hip pain when you sleep, so you sleep on your side and kind of irritate your hip while you're sleeping, well, you're kind of working against everything. So you can be doing stretching and rolling and strengthening, but then at night you're just irritating things, so you're working against everything that you've done.
Yeah, so you have to just kind of pinpoint what causes the pain and then fix that. And Jenna Bracken said, how do I solve hip pain from sitting all day? Social distancing is hard.
Okay, so we'll continue with the massage stick. So the nice thing is it doesn't take much room. You can put it in the corner. You can kind of hide it in your desk. But we would go through the same areas. Quadricep, and then we can move to the side and then inner. And looking at repetitions like 5 to 10 times. Then we can move to the IT band to the side. And then lastly, we can go through the hamstrings. Okay, the positive thing is we can do this in sitting. Negative thing is you gotta have good grip strength and good push.
Or you can get your friend or spouse to just roll out your quads and your hip for you. That's another way to do that. I use this actually quite a bit after running or even hiking or even biking. It's such an awesome thing to just get some blood flow to the legs and to the muscles, and it feels really good. Okay, the next thing is balls. Balls are a wonderful thing.
This is the ball. So this works really good. So we can utilize the ball, like a larger ball, make it easier to demonstrate and understand things. But if we look at them, if we look at the different kinds, so you have this one, which is a lot more spiky.
You won't be able to see it. Oh. We have to come really close.
We have this one, which is kind of like a knobby ball. And the knobby ball, it helps like stimulate the skin. And that's kind of why it is knobby. So in order to kind of stimulate the skin and give you more feedback on things. That's what the knobby ball is. Then, really what we have is, we have the larger one. This one is kind of on the medium soft. This is medium soft. And so with a larger ball, it's difficult to kind of dig in there. So it's kind of, if you've gotten a massage and the person is
using
pressing,
the elbows.
yeah, this, like the smaller the ball is like elbows, and the larger the ball is kind of like
Forearm,
fist
yeah.
and forearm.
Yeah.
And then with this is like a peanut, and this is super dense and really digs in there. Let's focus on,
Let's go the medium one. This one right here is great.
okay,
This one here is great.
and utilizing the wall.
Yes.
So you can use the chair, but we'll demonstrate on the wall.
So, if you can't get down on the floor to use this on the floor, actually we'll show them how to use it on the floor too.
Yeah.
So I would just put it up against, I don't think they can see it, but I would put it up against the wall.
Yeah.
And
So
then-
if you have a jean pocket, you put your hand in your pocket, that's like glute medius, and a lot of times it will build up lots of tension, and it's that surprising tension, like, oh, I don't feel much. Then you get the ball in there, and you're like, wow, something's going on in there.
Yeah.
So that's where Emanuela is massaging that area.
And it's up to you how much pressure you put against, like your weight against the wall. Depends on how much it hurts.
And when it comes to how hard we should self-massage, I mean, you want it to be uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be screaming pain. Because if you stay in screaming pain, eventually the muscle's going to have enough of it, and it's going to flare everything out. So you want it to be uncomfortable, that you don't want to be doing it for a long period of time, but as you do more repetitions, it'll subside.
And I'm going to show you this ball sitting down, but you can do the same thing on the wall. I think it's just hard to see on the wall. Okay, so this is what I do when I have hip pain. I just sit on it, and I use my arms to support my weight.
And you're going around that hip joint.
Yeah, going around and finding that really tighter spot that just needs a little bit more attention. And so far, so good. I do this so often, so that's why it doesn't hurt. It's my favorite thing to do.
And I can also use, so I got this, I can utilize the ball, and I can do the same thing against the wall.
Yeah.
So Emanuela had gone here, hands in the back of the pocket, glute medius, or I can go here, and I can utilize the wall to do that. And then as we demonstrated before, going to IT band, I can do the same thing as well against the wall.
Yeah.
So if I don't
Another
have it
thing-
on the floor,
Another thing that feels really good, taking a ball like this and then putting it right in your hip area here. And then just kind of lay on it or just move around on it. Right? That's for the front of the hip.
yes. So you sit lots,
Or run, or
yes.
hike, commute, drive, pain. All right. What else, Rick?
Those are our three.
Those are our three.
Those are our three.
Foam rolling,
Yes,
stick,
yes,
balls, different kinds of balls.
yes. And I mean, oftentimes the question will be, well, which one's better? The best one is the one that you're going to do.
And the one that you're gonna, if it feels good to you.
Yeah. And so pick whichever one is going to, that you're going to do. When it comes to increase intensity, like how deep you can massage, if you move down to the floor, the foam roller is like almost like when someone massages with their forearm, so it's kind of a wide stroke, while with the ball, it's a lot more like someone's elbow, so you're kind of getting to specific areas. Those are kind of the two differences. But once again, you know, whichever one you're going to do, whichever one feels the best. You know, if you need something deeper and more targeted, you know, you have the foam roller and the ball.
And as you start doing these, you'll notice that your hip doesn't tighten up as much and doesn't hurt as much over a period of time. And then it doesn't hurt nearly as much when you actually use it again. So the more frequent you use these tools, the better your hip will feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, like obviously our programs, everything that we've done, all our resources, all these injury prevention, rehabilitation, and exercise programs are available for you guys to watch anytime.
Yes.
And watch them. They're available for you, they're free, they're on our YouTube page, and you can do them in your home. You can go and do them on your patio. If you cannot get into your gym because it's closed, you still need to move your body. It's very important for your health. And we have all these tools, we have all these resources on our Facebook and YouTube page.
All that you can, like, you just type in what you're looking for, you know, workout, hip pain, back pain, stretching, mobility, all of it's there.
Anything, and it's there for you guys to access. So if the gyms are closed, get outside, still move your body and stay healthy. It is very important for your mental health and your physical health that you continue to get some blood flow going.
Yeah, I mean, moving is healing. That's it. Thank you very much, everyone.